this thing popping just a couple minutes early. You are live, Stephen.
Yep. Tai Chi family. Come on in, fam. Come on in. Welcome back. Tai Chi 360. We're definitely at it again. Ring the bell on that one time. Come on in, fam. Yes. Glad to see you. Who is it? I'd like to see who's showing up right on time. They say Tai Chi is always on time. I must agree. I always made it a habit to be the first to be at the lesson and the last to leave. Always.
That is the way.
Yeah? Y'all know it, family. You know the ritual. Little hot teas. You might as well have you something close by to drink as well, just in case, you know, your throat gets dry. Come on in. Let's give the family enough time to enter. We're growing, family. We're growing. Thank you all for sharing a good word with everybody. That's for sure. Well, we got 15 family members now?
Yes, we
Not
do.
including ourselves?
Correct.
17 deep.
Correct.
Oh, it's beautiful.
What's going on, Heather?
Oh, you know Peyton is here. We've been out training a little today. Working on getting our communities in the best standards as possible. You know, we're consistently upgrading. So thank you all for helping us along the way. And also, I really appreciate that I've already heard from several of you all. And some interesting questions came up. Some people just called just to say hello and to introduce themselves. That was awesome as well. So thank you. Thank you very much. Who is in the house? Heather's here early. Hey, Heather. Danny's here. And Brother Gary's always on time. Brother Gary says, work this time. Hoorah! Thank you for that confirmation, my brother. We're getting the glitches worked out. Thank you. Say, got in, no problem, bro.
Good.
Thank you for that positive feedback. So today, we're going to go back and certainly review the method that we've been using. Just to make sure that everyone's clear in regards to what we're actually doing. You know, some people who have been introduced to Inner Alchemy, they know about the microcosmic orbit. They may even know about the macrocosmic orbit as well. But our new people, I don't expect them to know at all, right? And I also mentioned that the way that we train, the process of developing the Inner Alchemy system, we're going to break it down into bits and pieces. We're starting at the very bottom. We introduced the Yang Quan, right? The kidney point on the bottom of the foot on yesterday. Don't throw those exercises away, family. Because those are there to help us. Those are grounding exercises. We're dealing with the yin, with the earth energy, you know. And right, I'll get into that. So this is lot of people who've had experience in the inner alchemy world already, they've been thinking that what I've been showing you is the microcosmic orbit or part of it. But it's only a part of it, you see, because we're actually looking at the due meridian, which is, coming up the back side of the body, right? And then that due joins the Ren meridian. So we're going to look at the Ren meridian first. We're not looking at the due at all at this point. We want to know where it is, but we're not utilizing that meridian, that specific meridian, at this moment in our meditation. We're not working with that at the moment. So just wanted to clarify that. We're specifically working on the front, right? The conception vessel, conceiving. We're going to work on that, the front aspect, the Ren. And that's why we're doing this particular method the way that we are, where we're actually learning how to settle the mind, right? We're settling down. We're not bringing anything up at this moment. We're settling like the water, the kidney. Everything is coming down, right? So we got 7 family members in the room right now. Let's wait for a few more people to come in so that they can understand what we're talking about with this system.
And the expanding preparation aspect.
Yeah, I wanted to share that, but I want to wait until a few more people come in.
Okay.
Because I'm going to go through that whole thing again.
Right on.
All the way from the beginning.
Right on. Also, see, on the left where it says Concurrent Views, that's how many people are actively watching.
So 5 people right now.
Yeah, 1 just left.
Okay.
They come back.
And 7 playbacks, right?
Yeah, 7 playbacks. That's how many times people click the Patreon link.
Gotcha. Yep. All right, so 4 now.
Guess they're busy.
We'll see. But anyway, we're going to get it going. We're going to launch right off. So should we begin with a simple bow just to kind of like pay respects to our practice space? That's what I always like to do. I like to bow in first. And I know the last couple of lessons, we did not bow in first. We just kind of like mentally prepared the space. But let's go through the whole process. So let's stand up and start there. Let's do that. Let's get the space right. Welcome back, fam. So we're going to do a couple more exercises today that's dealing specifically with the kidney, with the K1 point as well. So we're going to do that. And it'll be a little bit of talking and explanation, but I like to get some practice in utilizing this this theory. How do we utilize it? Let's get more of that going on. So here we go, fam. Stand with your feet about shoulders width apart. Not too wide, right? You can use your foot, the length of your foot, to measure the distance in between the 2 feet. Not too wide, not too narrow. We want to be nice and loose inside of the quad, right in here, in the inguinal crease. A very common term that's used in the Tai Chi world. Very common. They talk about getting our body, our mind into the state of song, to be sung. Well, to be honest with you, family, this whole practice is about being able to be sung, because song is not just a physical body, because as we know, we have 3 bodies, right? So that's how we learn to sink the mind down into the Dantian. If you're not sinking your mind down into your Dantian, you're not sung. Period. You understand that?
Do.
Yeah. So the mind has to leave the body to be sung as well. All right? So let's begin there. Remember that we're breathing from the belly. The eyes are open, but not open excessively. Don't squint. Don't cause tension in between your eyes or on your forehead, but just relax the eyes. That way the spirit maintains an internal appearance and not an external appearance. So we want to have the spirit inside and not outside. Internal practice. Right eyes. Tailbone going down, crown point going up. This is just getting ready to go into Wu Ji, because without Wu Ji, there is no Tai Chi. We always begin in Wu Ji. Always. So take your time. Begin your practice. Also, practice should begin and end at the same place. Not meaning a physical place, but Wu Ji. So begin at Wu Ji and end at Wu Ji. That's how we do the Tai Chi. All right, fam. Exhale, follow the breath down, and then feel the body as it begins to rebound back up. The force rebounds naturally. Bringing the earth energy up and out. This is the offering of self here, like this. Saying that, mentally you're here 100%, no distractions. And it's a promise to the universe, as well as yourself, to be 100% here, here and now, in the practice. Earth energy is going up, combining with sky energy, becoming one, uniting. Left hand, the left hand makes a soft fist, as if it's only holding an egg inside. Don't want to squeeze the egg. Cover with the right hand. Begin to bend forward. And then inhale on the way up. No tension in your body. Feeling inside of your body, all the way up. Inhale, nice long breath. And then turn the hands and arms here. Separating left and right, elbows out towards the sides, fingertips point down into the earth. Here, pushing down into the earth. Right. Went super, super slow. Make sure you got every detail on that. Now let's take a couple breaths since we're here. Bring up the earth energy like this. Inhale. Turn it over like this, and then exhale down. Let's get 3 just like that. Same idea. Inhale up. Turn over. Exhale down. Imagine that you're placing that energy into the dantian, into the cauldron. Here it is, you're picking up earth energy. Keep going. And you bringing the energy up through the inside of the legs. It's coming up, 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 up. Still coming up, 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 up. Turn it over. And then now you're placing it in the dantian here. Remember, put it in the bottom of the cauldron. Good. Very good. All right. So welcome. We got it started. Mm-hmm. So fam, we're gonna get right back on the yang quan. The yang quan. Let's do that.
Siva, before you start, will you please address the preparation
on the meditation?
Yeah, versus the which one is this again? Ren Meridian?
Right, so...
Yeah. You addressed the Ren versus the microcosmic already.
Right.
Not the specific aspect of using the expanding the third eye to prepare.
Yeah, I was going to do that actually with the meditation.
Okay.
Before we began that.
Forgive me.
Yeah, I'll get to that, but do remind me. Don't let me forget.
Okay.
Definitely, please.
Okay.
Peyton was talking about how we were beginning the meditation in the previous sessions. A lot of people weren't aware, or maybe it was new to them and there was some confusion. We can just review it now. We want to have clarity. So he's talking about, first of all, the mind's eye, right? We call the third eye the mind's eye. How we go about opening that and expanding out into the vastness of the universe, right? And then bringing that vastness back in, all the way back in. And we're going to really focus on that today. Really focus on that, because as it comes from large, you want to really focus on it becoming very, 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 very small. Tiny. I mean, the size of a grain of rice, family. And you have to do that only with intention can it be done. If you drop it anywhere along the way, you're not doing the inner work. Because I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you what's going on here. When you go out very big and you spread your awareness, right? And then you bring that awareness from infinitely large, right? You're going from large, extreme large, Tai Chi, yin yang, to extreme small. Now remember, we were talking about those 3 points on yesterday. Remember those 3 points, Peyton? The tips, 3 tips, right?
Yeah, I don't know the names.
Yeah, there's really no name. Tip of the nose, right? Tip of the chin, and then down to the heart, right? The heart chakra, those 3 points. So as you follow those 3 points, after you've been bringing that energy in, that tiny little thing, it's like just dropping a piece of rice into that pot, into the cauldron. You just look and drop a little piece of rice into the cauldron. That's it. Every time. But you have to follow that little piece of rice with your consciousness into the cauldron. If you're not doing that, you're not doing the work. Does that make sense, family?
I learned.
Thank you for asking that. You got that, family? We're going to go over it. Welcome, fam. Thank you.
Yeah. Spelling for the Chinese words. Ooh. She's asking to type in spelling for Chinese words.
Which Chinese words? Who is that?
Steph.
Which Chinese words is she asking about?
She didn't say.
Yeah.
She doesn't know how to spell them.
Exactly. Can you please type in the spelling for the Chinese words? Did I use Chinese words and didn't even realize it?
Maybe something to address on the one-on-one.
I can do that
after. Gain.
Boom, yeah. I forgot to mention that Gain is also here to support our community in that way and other capacities as well. Thank you very much. So, group, can we do this?
I hope so.
Huh? Steph, Sister Gainer's here for us. Song. There you go. Yeah, thank you very much, sister. Yeah, so you see that? So here it is. I've been using these few words because I may know 50 at most. But I take them as being common already. You see how we take things for granted? We know a lot more than we think we do, family. You included. Thank you, Gaina. So here, before we do the meditation together, let's review from yesterday the exercise, the Kidney Meridian. Because as I was telling Brother Peyton earlier, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up, right? The lowest aspect of the body is the Yang Quan point. Yang Quan. So some of these words are not going to have a direct translation from Chinese to English. I can tell you that right now. Right? Yang Quan. They call it the bubbling well, family. On the bottom of the foot. Remember how we find that point? Remember how to identify that point? How to find it? How to locate it on your body? Where is it? In between the second and third toe. About a third of the way down the length of your foot, right? In towards, remember that little road, that little body mapping that we did on yesterday? Yeah, be able to map your own body, family. So we're going to learn a little bit of basic anatomy. There's simply no way that we can learn this without picking up some nuggets along the way. So go ahead and find that. Go ahead and find that point. On your right foot, in between your second and third toe, on the bottom of your foot, on the sole, find that point. Put your thumb into that point. We're working on the bubbling well. Identify that. On the left hand, take your left thumb, put it into the nail bed on your right toe. Remember that? Yeah, and it's going to be a little painful.
Yeah, like the bottom corner, isn't it?
The bottom corner will be a good identifier for that.
Okay.
That makes sense, fam? The bottom corner of your big toe nail bed on your right foot. Put your thumb in there, that nail, and push it in the corner.
Can I start rubbing yet?
Yep.
It hurts.
And then take the heel palm and start rubbing here and give it some pressure. We're opening up that meridian. And as you do that, let me talk to you about that meridian and tell you where it is. Do a little body mapping. Keep rubbing, fam. How many times?
36.
36 times, remember? Both feet. So, K1 point on the bottom of the foot, connected to the kidney and urinary bladder, family. You can always think about the yin yang, kidney being yin, kidney being the yin aspect, and bladder, the urinary bladder, being the yang aspect. Now think of this, family. Urine is like water, right? Kidneys deal with water, right? The urinary bladder deals with water, right? In the urine form. So that kind of makes sense. So now you know that the kidneys are related to the water element. And we also know that water will settle down and seep through anything if you give it enough time. So it settles down. The natural nature of water is downward to settle. Right. So in order to go up, this is a universal principle, family. In order to go up, you must first go down. We begin the Tai Chi form with an exhale, which takes our body down. And then our body goes up. It rises up. Yin yang. Making sense, fam? Oh yeah, and we're talking about terminology. Actually, I got some terms written down here I said I was going to discuss today. But I was planning to do that at the end of the gathering. So what I have done, Sister Steph, I actually have a board right here that I wrote down some terms on. But the intention is to give these at the end. You know, toss those off at the end. And then tomorrow you already have them in your toolbox. And you'll be able to relate a little better. And the plan is to continue to do that, like every time we come. What terms did we use yesterday? Bring those back to the table, boom, and keep working like that. But yeah, you're going to be in tune, fam. We're not going to leave you hanging. So remember that the kidneys are associated with an emotion. All the major organs are associated with organs and elements. So the kidney is the water element. Dealing with fear, family, that's where fear is located, in the kidneys. So being fearful doesn't serve our kidneys well at all. Because remember this, our original essence resides in our kidneys. Our original life force essence lives in the kidneys. That's a major storage place. Not the only one, but a major storage place. So all of that fear, we got to detach, fam. We got to detach. Even looking at things that are fearful. You may think that you're not afraid, but the subconscious mind is looking at that horror movie and thinking that you're in the middle of this horrific scene now. Your subconscious mind, because it doesn't differentiate what's real and what's not real. All of those fearful states that your subconscious mind, all those emotions, subconscious mind is sitting there, it's just like, it's experiencing all of that as reality. So when I see all that negative stuff, even like negative stuff on social media, I slide right by that. No, I'm too busy removing junk from my life. Taking off the layers, getting rid of the garbage. Because this is what happens, family. This is very important for our study. All of the emotional stuff that we go through, right? These emotional battles, we all go through them. But it's how we go through them, right? So if we have something traumatic happen, a traumatic experience, and we hold on to it, mean give it attention, the more attention we give it, the more condensed it gets. The more condensed it gets, it starts to vibrate more. Frequency, vibration. Everything is frequency, vibration, and energy. So the more we put into it, it begins to condense. So it comes from no thing, then it begins to come into something, from Wu-Ji to Tai Chi. The more you put into it, it begins to reverberate more and more and more and more and more. That reverberation is taking place inside of each of these organs in our body, the major organs. We have water. We talked about this yesterday, right? We have wood. We have fire. We have earth. We have metal. All associated with different organs. When those organs start going through all of that atrocities in your life, because you've condensed those instead of getting rid of those, you get complete chaos on the inside that matches the chaos on the outside, because as above, so below, inside and outside, these are universal principles people studied long before you and I existed. We either choose to abide by the principles, have longevity, or we choose not to. I'm so glad for the teachings. Thank you, Sifu. Longevity practices, family. We can't live ordinary life. What is ordinary is not really ordinary anymore. You get what I'm saying? Yang Quan, bubbling well. Start adding these things to your vocabulary. Be able to identify. Look on the bottom of your foot. Who can tell me what a meridian is, family? A meridian. Do you know what a meridian is? How would you explain to someone that's brand new, have no idea about this stuff, what a meridian is? Type it in the chat. Let's communicate. Talk to me, family. Brother Gary, what's a meridian? Talk to me, brother. Go for it. There's no right or wrong per se. We're looking for different perspectives. That's it. And then I'll share with you how I can help people who have no idea what a meridian is. How can they conceptualize this idea? How? Well, this is what I do. I say, I like to look at my body as, let's say, the state of Florida. My body is the state of Florida. This state of Florida, my body, has a lot of highways, interstates, streets, canals, waterways of various types. Same thing right here. So now, there's all types of vehicles that have to pass along these highways and byways, all types of different people that are going to be driving these cars. You see, the people, you can think of the people as being the intent. The intent. Some people are just chilling, no rush. Other people, they flipping people off. Florida's #1 for road rage, 1, 2, or 3 at the top, right? So running you off the road. So this is the intention. The person. The breath is there, the chi. That's the energy. That's what fuels the vehicle to move. The energy is what fuels the vehicle to move. How does this vehicle move around here? Don't complicate it. There's various types of chi. We talked about that on yesterday, right? The pre-birth chi is found in our kidneys. We just mentioned that. If we deplete that source, we're done. Now, some people say that that source cannot be rejuvenated or replenished. Once it's gone, it's gone. We can slow it down, but it cannot be replenished. But if you get to a high level, you can replenish that chi. You can do a lot more than just slow it down. Yeah, I'm talking longevity, family. That's why we do these practices. Right? So now you have the gasoline being the chi, you have all of these highways and byways being the meridian system, like veins. They like veins, but they're invisible veins, invisible to the natural eye. But they have doctors that can identify and find these things with palpation. No digital tools necessary. So here we are. Let's look at the meridian that deals with the kidney. Where is it located? Well, we found a point where it originates at, the K1 point being that point that you was just massaging, right? So that point has a route. Now, this is not a very, I won't say this is so accurate. It's just a basic boundary. That K1 point, family, is on the bottom of your foot. It's going to come down. You can imagine that it comes down and it wraps around the ankle. It makes like a little weird circle. It goes down and it wraps around, and then it continues to come up the inside of the leg. So inside, the yin side, the soft side of the leg, you can think of that being the extension of that beginning point, right? There's a route that runs in, and it continues into the organ itself, goes through the pelvis and into the organ. But knowing this part is very important because we'll do exercises to stimulate this whole route. And now we said that the kidney is the yin organ. You can think of yin as being hollow on the inside, nothing to fill it. It has hollow spaces in. Now the yang is the bladder, urinary bladder. Right, so it's going to be filled with urine. You can think of that to help you remember the yang aspect. So the urinary bladder, so very important, family. A lot of people have very tight hamstrings. Tight hamstrings. Ever wet your pants? Right, fear. What do people do when they get afraid? They pee their pants, right? They pee their pants. Right, well anyway, that meridian runs up the back of your leg, the bladder itself. So make sure we're stretching our legs more. Right, stand up now, let's do it. Make sure we're stretching our legs more. Go ahead and take a sip. Did we cover everything so far before we get into the meditation at the end?
You covered the meditation, I believe.
Oh, okay, good. So we understand that this meditation that we're doing for the next, remember, this depends on our personal levels of development. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be 3 weeks. We don't know how long. But we're focused on the front aspect of the body with the meditation. Another thing that may be new to you is that also during the meditation now, we're going to be using our intention to close the pores, to close all of the entry and exit ways on our body. The bivalve included, right? That tip of the crown point. Talking about during the meditation, not right now. All right. I want to make sure I got enough space. We're going to do some movement dealing with activating our kidney meridian. So here, what we'll do, we'll start here. On yesterday, we went into one where we inhaled and we came up on the ball of our feet. This was an inhale. Remember that? Right, and then we let the body go naturally down, which shakes the organs as well. And then we came up, pulled the toes up, and made a fist all at the same time. Right, let's start there so we can review these. Remember, we want to have these as tools that we can use at any time. So here we go. We inhale. Here's something I'm going to add to you, family. Flex the wrists. Inhale, look up at the sky. This is going to add another level of difficulty. Exhale. Rock straight back on the heels, make a fist. So no stopping and going in between the boom, and then roll back on the heel.
Gotcha.
That way the energy keeps moving. Look up at the sky if you can. Look up. Yep.
I really want to rock back, forth.
Come a little forward, so in case you need to move, you know. You may lose your balance on this, family. That's normal. I lose my balance. Right. That's part of it. It's more about the feeling than anything.
Squeezing the perineum.
Definitely.
Toes,
So here we
wrists.
are. Perineum. Remember the perineum at the base of our body. The anal sphincter. We want to close that. Hold the breath at the top while squeezing that. Then release that on the way down. Talking about that anal sphincter. Squeeze it on the way up. Release it on the way down.
Is it normal for my eyes to get more wide when I...
Perfect.
Yeah. 'Cause every time I get on my tippy toes and squeeze that perineum, my eyes bulge.
You know why?
Mm.
K1 is associated with the eye because it's bringing more water and more nutrients up. If you notice that your eyes are beginning to get watery or begin to feel more full, the exercise is working. He just gave confirmation with this question. It's funny how the exercise answers itself. Yeah, your eyes look fuller even.
Yeah. They like pop out of my head every single time I get on my tippy toes.
Yeah.
But it's the squeezing of the perineum that seems to trigger it.
Right. Because now you're holding in the energy in.
Mm.
It's not escaping. We're closing all of those so-called leakage possibilities.
Mm.
All of it. Even now, you want to start listening inside. So listen inside your body means close your ears, right? And you can even make this more meditative as well. That's the big goal, to make these movements even more meditative and not such a physical exercise. Because remember, this is an internal alchemy training, right? There you go. How many did you do?
Oh, 4 or 5.
Okay, do 6. And take your time with these, family. There's no rush. That's good. So now, if you ever feel lightheaded or dizzy, that's a sign that you should take a seat. You got like super oxygenated. And it happened, trust me. The first person I saw it happen to was my daughter. No, we're not going to sit yet. Actually, I saw her getting dizzy. I'm like, sit down. She was a little tinny baby, but I could see it, man.
Mm.
So, fam, back to the feet. Back to the feet. Back to the feet. This one, if you've been working with me for a while, you know this one already, but it's definitely good to help activate the bubbling wells. Remember, the bubbling wells become the bubbling springs. This is all part of the theory, you know, right? Where the wells come from under the ground. So we want to have that energy coming from under the ground into our feet, coming straight up, you know, with no blockages. So where would the first blockages be at? In the feet, right? Think about all the garbage in the body. Where is it going to settle at? Settlements go where? All sediments go to the bottom, bro. Right. Until you add something in it to activate it and make it rise back up, like the anger, the fear, the hate, all those stressful emotions bring in fire, heats up what's been settled, take it back into your mind. Now you all can't sleep.
Probably a good reason to eat your medicine.
Definitely want to eat your medicine, because you know that's going to give you something dealing with emotional energy as well. So here, family, sideways now. On both the outside ankle on one foot, and on the other foot, the inside ankle, to the best of your ability. A lot of people's ankles get extremely stiff, family. All of our ankles get a little tighter with age. If you think about those tendons and ligaments starting to retract.
Sifu, should I be keeping my knees bent here?
Always keep your knees bent.
Always keep your knees bent.
Always keep your knees bent. Both sides. Back and forward. You can do maybe 5 or 6 breaths. Once again, meditative state of mind. No rush. opening the ankle to the best of your ability by relaxing, by song, relaxing the mind, letting the mind settle down. Once you learn the meditation, you could be doing that meditation all the time, even now. You know, you want to maintain that meditative state of mind. Of course, now we're learning the exercise. If you feel any tension, breathe through it. Always go to relaxation. Always go to relaxation. Never to tension. Never towards tension. That's it. Now, these actually help my ankles out in a huge, massive way. I broke my ankle in 3 places. Long time ago. But the break, I never had any surgery done, but I ended up getting adhesions and a lot of calcified, bony deformation taking place in there with arthritis. Just opened me back up. Over the years, it didn't happen overnight. Over the years. And now I can do it pretty good. No limited range of motion anymore. Actually, I've increased my range of motion. So do these more often. Simple. Remember, we got to open this up. All right. Come back to center. Good. I just put this down here so it'll be more comfortable when we roll off.
Hey, thanks.
Here you go. Here you go, family, now.
It's my first time, Sifu.
This is a good one, family. This one here. Who has tight hamstrings? I do. But they're not nearly as tight as they used to be. Is there anybody else in here who can say that? So let's make yours a little looser, fam. On the back of your foot, back of your leg, below your calf muscle. Below your calf muscle. We're going to do this and then we're going to share a little meditation together. That'd be awesome. Good. Feel a little more open, fam? I feel a little more open.
You know that knee pain I was telling you about? Gone.
Touchdown. Fam, the back of your leg. The Achilles Tendon. The Achilles Tendon. Identify that. Find that. Should I assume that we all know where that is?
I think that's fair.
Okay. I'll just put that back. But just in case, right back here, family. Find that. I want you to look at that, feel it with your fingers by rubbing your hand up and down. Just here, just to find it, like palpating, as if you were working with a client or something, just trying to identify something. And then I want you to be able to, in your mind, segment that into 3 pieces. Okay, because this is dealing with your bladder. A lot of people have tight hamstrings. That is a sign that there's some blockage dealing with the bladder meridian. Here we go, family. This is going to help you with that. Right. Urinary incontinence. Peeing all the time. Yeah. Right. Right here, family. This is what I want you to do. Index finger, and thumb. You see, we're working all these meridians. They have to be open, family. You can't be moving energy if this stuff has blockage in it. You get what I'm saying? Index finger and thumb. I want you to imagine that Achilles tendon down here. Just lower. Imagine that's in 3 points. It has a beginning, a middle, and an ending. 3 points. Because we're going to actually go to those 3 points. We're doing this along the 3 points.
All right, where's the span, Sifu?
What do you mean?
How long is it from the heel?
Oh, about maybe 3 inches or so.
3 inches. Okay, so just the part with no muscles.
Right below the muscles. It's a tendon.
Right.
You can feel the tendon attached to the muscle right there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right. So right below the attachment point, find the middle, and then find the attachment to the heel.
I can even feel the difference in vibration in the 3 sections.
Right.
I don't even have to look.
So now you identify those. So this is what we do. 10 times. Go 1, pinching. I mean, it's going to feel a little sensitive there. Also called a ghost point. I'll explain that later. 1, 2, 3. Then start back over. 1, 2, 3.
We going top to bottom?
Going top to bottom. Top to bottom. On the Achilles, 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Do that 10 times. That'll be 30 times. That'll be 30 times. Achilles, 3 points, top to bottom. 1, 2, 3. Then go back on it again. 1, 2, 3. Do that 3 repetitions for 10 times, and then change legs. Hamstrings, bladder, yin yang. The kidneys are the yin, and the bladder is the yang.
For water.
For water, dealing with the water element. Also now, another thing about the kidneys is dealing with your free will. We're talking about emotions. So you have a choice. All right. Free will, family. Keep going.
Whew, my right one hurts.
Of course we have 2 kidneys. I won't say of course. What does a kidney shape like? Not a bean, but another part of the body. If you could identify with anything.
I don't know.
I should have asked that for a bonus question. All right, let me know when you do both sides. Also, family, the one-on-ones we're talking about, those are optional. You don't have to do those. I encourage you to do those for sure. The one-on-ones. And those will be on Saturday and Sunday. Especially, I would encourage everyone to do at least the initial one-on-one. At least that. You know, that way you can make sure that you're on the right path. If you have any questions, remember, have those questions already written down. Remember, we have 15 new family members here that I have to do one-on-ones with. So I want to make sure that we're moving like a well-oiled machine as far as talking to everybody and then being able to get everybody in 2 days. Wow. I've already spoken to a few of you, but this was before we began the community here. So we got to talk again. Yeah, it's got to be about our training, family. Come on in. So how'd that feel? You finished with it? You did it?
Yeah, I did. It's funny, as I finished up here, I started to feel are you familiar with this channel? Is that the same channel right there?
Part of the bladder? I don't know about that one.
So yeah, it's strange. I developed a
opening?
Disturbance. A disturbance of feeling there.
So that's another thing, fam. Let me go ahead and tell you that right now. Let me go ahead and tell you this right now. So remember, what we're doing here, remember all the junk that comes into our system, it starts to settle down, right? So we're agitating. We're removing stuff. So if you feel a little agitated, you know why. That means you worked up something. You might have woke up an old something that's been resting. But don't hold on to it now, remember. Don't hold on to it. It's just to let it, it's about releasing it now and letting it go. Because the more energy we put into it, remember, from Wu Ji comes Tai Chi, and then now you have something now. And the more you put into it, the more something you begin to have. Let's go into the sitting meditation a little bit to close out the session.
Yeah, thank you.
We got some questions?
How do we sign up for one-on-one?
Oh. Now, I would like to find out, I got a couple exercises I would like to share, but they require being on the floor. I don't know if everybody can do that or not. I want to demonstrate with you, but maybe tomorrow.
However you feel.
Yeah.
However you feel.
So, as I was saying before, we like to cover the lower part of our body just to keep like the legs warm, maintain the heat in the body. That's something we like to do. And any type of hand shape you want to make. Mudra. What do they call it? Mudra? Mudra. Right. Mudras are powerful. So if you use mudras, you can use a mudra, or you can just relax your hands here. Now, important thing, family, when you're sitting, make sure that your arms are open, meaning that they're relaxed, no tension in the body, but don't have your arms closing this space under here. You want the energy to flow. You want the energy to flow. So although we're not focusing on the due meridian, the meridian that goes up the backside, we're not focusing on that. But just because we're not focusing on it doesn't mean that it's not working in its normal capacity already. Of course it is. So we're just going to let it be for now. Let it do what it's doing. But we're going to focus on giving our conscious training, conscious effort, our will, right, to training the front portion first. Then we'll connect the front and the rear and bring them together. That's the process that we use. So, sitting how we would normally sit, perfect posture, chin slightly tucked in, tailbone going downward. You can imagine that you have a string attached at the crown point, the very tip of the crown point, and that your body is actually dangling from the ceiling or from the sky, being extended from that point. Do it with your intention. And that intention, you'll notice that it actually changes the way that you physically feel, because your spine will begin to open. And when I say open, I mean the vertebrae themselves, they begin to become more spacious in between, allowing the disc to expand more. So you're getting more expansion in between the spinal space. And that's what we want. When we can open the spinal space more, naturally, not by force, we encourage the cerebral spinal fluid. The cerebral spinal fluid to enriching not only the spinal column, but also our brain. The neurons in the brain, they get more nutrients, more energy. That's what we're doing. We're working on elevating our consciousness, family. When we elevate our consciousness, we can elevate our ability to perceive things the way that they truly are. And that's what it's all about. So go ahead and get the right posture and begin settling down the body just by breathing from the belly, the tip of your tongue. The very tip of your tongue is placed on the roof of your mouth, the hard palate, behind the front two teeth, the big teeth in the front, very softly. And then your lips are softly sealed, very soft. And feel inside, feel your heartbeat. Each inhalation is peace coming into your body, peace going into every cell, every minute piece of your being is receiving love as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, as you allow the breath to exit your body, don't force it to leave. Allow it to leave on its own. Follow that breath out. Follow the breath out of your body as if you were walking a guest of honor out of your home. As they exit the premises, all the way out. Watch them leave. And yeah, smile. Smile as they depart the scene. Take your time with your breath. Take your time with your breath. Relax your legs, relax your mind. Any tension that shows up, pay it no attention. Just allow it to dissolve, exit your body. Follow the breath. Put your mind on the lower dantian, the lower part of your belly, about 3 fingers widths below your belly button. Below your belly button, 3 fingers widths. And then begin to look inside of your body. We have to go deep, family. Inside of your torso. That's the dantian. Identify the dantian. It's 3-dimensional figure, shape of a ball. Look down at the dantian. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Look out at the tip of your nose. With eyes closed, look at the tip of your nose. With intention, eyes are closed. Looking at the tip of your nose, you look at the tip of your chin, into your heart chakra, down to the surface of the dantian, the very top layer, and then look deep down into the bottom, as if you were looking into the bottom of a bottomless well. That's where you place the chi. All the way down deep. As we inhale, eyes are still closed. We engage our mind's eye. We ensure that all points on the body are closed. We listen inside, listening to dantian. Smelling dantian. Looking down at dantian with eyes closed. Close your skin pores. All of the pores are closed. Close all of your pores. Feel your pores closed. Close your bivalve. Close the point at the top of your head with intention. Be soft and gentle. Gentle. Be kind to yourself. Follow your breath. Mind's eye begins to gaze out into infinity. Mind's eye. Physical eyes are closed. Physical eyes are looking down into dantian. Mind's eye is looking out into infinite. Infinite. Keep going. When you're almost there, come back. Come back from large, very, very large, to very, very small. The size of a grain of rice. Bring it back in. All the way and condense it small, real small. Follow it down. Follow it down. Place it in the Dantian. Don't miss the Dantian. Repeat. Gazing all the way out into infinity. Don't stop there. All directions. Travel. Infinite. And then bring it back in. Very small, family. Tiny. Keto. Minute. Don't drop it. Don't lose it. Follow it all the way in. Not on the surface of the Dantian. Deep down, like a bottomless well. Deeper you go, the deeper the roots. Settle the mind. Repeat. Come on back in, family. Take your mind to your Dantian now. Just focus on your Dantian. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. Focus on your Dantian. Bring your hands together. Rub your hands. Rub your hands gently together. Keep rubbing your hands. Make them a little hot. A little hot. And then cover your eyes. Cover your eyes with the palms, with the Laogong points. Don't cover your nostrils. Don't cover your nostrils. And then open your eyes with your hands still over your eyes, but not touching your eyes. The Laogong points. Eyes are open. Take a few breaths. Eyes are open. Okay, follow me down. Exhale down here. Follow me down. Just swallow it down. Take your hands behind. Right into the kidneys again. The back of the hands. Up and down 36 times, family. Back on the yang quan points again. Bottom of the feet. Bubbling wells. Kidney points. Give the kidney some love, family. Smile in there. Smile in there. Smile in there. Smile in there. Thank you. Thank you to your kidneys. Loving energy. Healing energy. 36 times. All right. Once you get done, how does the inside of your mouth feel? Is it nice and moist? How does it taste? Any taste, any sensation inside of your mouth? Take your tongue and go in circles, counterclockwise, 3 times. Swallow the saliva down. Follow the saliva down into Dantian. Follow it down. That's the chi. 3 times counterclockwise. Absorb all of the saliva, swallow. And then 3 times, first put the tongue at the tip, top, 12 o'clock position. And then go clockwise. And then once you do that, the last set is 3 again, counterclockwise. So you do 3 sets of 3 for a total of 9. And you're swallowing 3 times. Down into Dantian, following those points all the way in to the basin. Make sure you're putting it in the right place. You have to follow it with intention. Got it?
I do.
That's good, family. Welcome back. Plan is just to give you a few terms. Let's see if they can see this. Maybe you can hold it up.
Yeah, sure.
We went over that. Explain the do and ren, micro or macro.
We did. Always that.
Right. I don't want to even think about mentioning the macro at this point.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I
I
hear
don't
you.
want people mind to get on that. But that's a whole nother can of worms. So what words on there? Can they see that? Yeah.
They should be able to.
Right. So maybe they can start writing some of those down or what?
I sure hope.
What's the first one?
Inner Alchemy.
So Inner Alchemy, what are we even doing here? You know what I'm saying? Why are we here? Do you know what Inner Alchemy is? Who wants to type the answer in on the chat? Let them start typing some answers in.
Right on.
That'd be a nice share.
Number 2 is Chi.
Number 2 is Chi. We talked about that today. What is Chi?
Can
Your
you see it
definition.
on there? Yeah, good.
Got a tiny little glare on it, but not much.
Little glare.
We can move a little closer.
A little closer.
That should be good.
Jing is 3.
Jing, J-I-N-G. We talked about Jing a little bit on yesterday and previously. What is it? Where is it located at? What is it associated with? Type some stuff in, fam.
Shen.
Shin. What is the shin? Soon we'll be doing shin gong. I'll give you a tip.
Wu Wei.
Wu Wei. I talked about that. Wu Wei. Which number is that?
5.
Move it over a little bit. The number's not showing.
Meridian is the 6th.
Number 6 is meridian. We went through a whole little little demo with the meridians, making your body the map, or the city itself, and all the little passageways. What's your understanding on how do you identify what a meridian is? Yeah.
Oh, you know, I actually had some insight when you brought up meridians.
What's that?
I was thinking you can associate the water meridians
Mm-hmm.
as vessels boats travel along and carry cargo.
Yeah, that's a great identifier.
Fire, I don't know how fire is going to be traveling yet, or
Right.
wood, but metal cars, like you were saying, on the streets.
That's true.
Maybe the earth is walking through the hills.
I like that.
Right, so
all different thoroughfares, how you navigate the terrain.
Right, and then the yin-yang aspects of them both. The reckless and the
see
not
how you
reckless.
can have fun with this stuff, man?
Yeah.
That way you can explain it to a person that has no idea what we're talking about.
So speaking of yin and yang, that's the next two.
So yin and yang. Oh, that's all right. I was pointing to the yin-yang thing behind me. So what's next?
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi. Notice how I spelled it. Notice how I spelled that, family. And is that any different from the common spelling that you see? You'll see it different ways. What does it mean to you, family? What's next, my brother?
That's it.
Boom. Any other ones that you can think of, or anybody like to add to our discussion that you may think that the rest of the family will benefit from? Please, this is our community, man. This is our community. You know what I mean? So yeah, pitch in anything you can think of in regards to what we've been talking about lately that brand new people may be confused about and need more clarification.
I'm already overloaded with everything.
Right, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm not even gonna go anywhere.
These last 3 days, I've got enough to practice for the next year, probably.
Sorry about that, bro.
Hey, that's what we want. That's what we want.
We did the ankles. We did a lot. We talked about the K 1 point. We did some good work today, fam. Y'all want to bow out?
Yeah. Yep. That's the way. Gotta pay the respects.
Hey, Tai Chi family, thank you all for being here today. I know it's a lot of information, and you will get it. Trust me. But you're not going to get it all at once. Most of us won't anyway.
Wouldn't retain it.
Right, and you wouldn't retain it. It takes years to get all the stuff, but the intention is to share, and subconsciously, your subconscious mind is like this. It's grabbing. And then one day it's going to just jump out. Boom, you can be like, where'd that come from? You've been putting it in for a long time now. That's why we call it Kung Fu. Time and effort. That's what it takes. Are you willing? That's it. All you have to do is be willing and able. A lot of people say, yeah, I want to do it, but they don't really have a real reason for wanting to do it. My real reason was, and I'll be honest with you, the people who seem to really stick with this practice are people who really have some type of health issue, or they're just crazy about it like me. But a lot of people who have a health issue, even some of the great masters, you were sharing with me about a past master. Somebody took him to the temple because he had TB, right?
Yeah.
That's a common story. Even Chin Man Chin, he had TB. And he started learning because he had TB, and look at him, he turned out to be phenomenal.
Tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Before they had the vaccine in China, there are several stories of children being brought up to the monasteries, and a lot of them carried on to be masters to this day. 60 years old, started when they were 5.
So let me share something important. I mentioned it earlier, family, but make it a habit, a sincere habit, fam. I won't share anything with you that haven't been supremely important in my life. And sometime I may forget. But sometime I remember. I share it with you when I remember. Always begin from a state of Wu-Ji. Always. Don't jump into your practice and don't jump out of it. Those 2 points are so significant, fam, because we're centering ourselves. You know what I mean? And don't take that for granted. And whenever you play with your Tai Chi ball, whenever you play, take out your Tai Chi ball and do your meditation, always put it back in your Dante and be sincere to that. And you'll see phenomenal change in your life, period. Trust me on that. This is real, family. This is real. And our understanding of it develops as the more we get into it. Everything comes from nothing. All of this comes from that one point. But where is that one point? Tai Chi's always changing. Let's go. Center ourselves. Center our mind. But how do you center yourself right away, anytime? Boom, put your mind right here. As soon as you feel yourself getting upset, boom, go right here and take a deep breath. And that's going to settle you down, just like water. Right away. And then think about it. Is it even worth my energy right now to get invested into this whatever? And most of the time it's not. This is more important. Begin with an exhale after centering. That means tailbone going down and crown point going up at the same time. That's gathering earth energy, and then the rebound brings it back up. Initiating Dantian, see? All this means something. All this means something. All right, this is the offering of self to universal self. Universal consciousness, man. Inhale. Getting behind us here. Going way back to infinity. And then coming above infinitely here, all the way around. That's a lot, man. That's a lot of energy that we're playing with, man. And paying respects at the same time, you know. Giving up big props to the founders, even to the universe itself. Inhale up, and then bring all of that into your heart. Bring it into your heart, and then turn it, and then open the palms. The elbows go out laterally. Tips of the fingers go straight down. Like you're washing yourself with the energy. Of course, you will be looking straight ahead during all of that. You will be looking straight ahead during that whole transition. Now here, closing off here, see? And then pulling up that energy into my body. Back into my Dantian. That's an inhale. Encompassing this Dantian, heart, 3 Dantian. And then back up. Thank you, fam. That was nice. Thank you very much. Wonderful today. Awesome. Thank you, Soul Group. See y'all tomorrow, right? They can drop questions and stuff in the chat and stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah, hey, thanks for reminding me. I got some notes here.
He's got some notes he wanted to drop and answer questions with. Thank you. Thank you for helping, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So we've been having some people having trouble with accessing the live streams and the replays. So I got this little information to throw at you all. As far as the accessing of the live streams, it is from Patreon. And for the time being, we are working on getting all of these links privatized and sent to emails. But until then, we're going to be putting these replays on an unlisted link, much like you're accessing them now. If you click the link in the post on the Patreon, you should have been redirected to some form of YouTube where you have access to the live chat, if I understand the receiving end properly. That being said, we are working on getting everybody dialed in to the privatized link. It said something briefly about only being accessible by a Gmail account. I'm not sure how true that is because we have others with Yahoo accounts who have apparently received the privatized link and gained access. So please, if you guys do struggle with the privatized link, after tomorrow is when we will be using privatized links only for the rest of the course. Just let me know what seems to be going on your end, and I will see if I can find a solution to that. Alright, that's it.
Soul Group.
Peace, peace.
Yeah. How was it?